Many people believe emotions are something that just happen. They think feelings are out of their control. They say things like, I can't help feeling this way. This is just how I am. My emotions control me. This book teaches something very different. Your mood is strongly influenced by your thoughts. When you change how you think, you can change how you feel. This idea is the foundation of cognitive behavioral therapy, also called CBT. CBT is one of the most researched and effective therapies in the world. It is used for depression, anxiety, anger, stress, trauma, and many other emotional problems. This book is not just theory, it is a workbook. It teaches you skills you can practice, skills you can use every day, skills that give you control over your emotional life. The core message of Mind Over Mood is simple. Situations do not directly cause emotions. Thoughts about situations create emotions. Let's break this down. Event, thought, mood, behavior. Something happens. Event. You interpret it. Thought. You feel something. Mood. You act in a certain way. Behavior. Most people only notice the event and the emotion. They miss the thought in between. CBT teaches you to slow down and identify the thought. Why people feel stuck in bad moods. Many people feel trapped in depression or anxiety. They think something is wrong with them. But often, the problem is not the situation. The problem is automatic negative thinking. These thoughts happen fast. They feel true, but they are often distorted. Examples of common thoughts. I'm a failure. Nothing will ever change. People will reject me. I can't handle this. When these thoughts repeat again and again, they create strong emotional pain. The book teaches you how to catch these thoughts, question them, and replace them with balanced thinking. Thoughts are not facts. One of the most important lessons in part 1 is this. Just because you think something does not mean it is true. Thoughts feel real, but they are interpretations, not facts. Your brain is constantly trying to make sense of the world. Sometimes it makes mistakes. CBT helps you become a thought detective. Instead of believing every thought, you learn to ask, is this thought accurate? Is there evidence? Is there another way to see this? Example, same situation, different moods. Imagine this situation. You send a text message to a friend. They do not reply for many hours. Person A thinks, they are mad at me. I did something wrong. Mood, anxiety, sadness. Behavior, overthinking, checking phone, withdrawing. Person B thinks, they might be busy, I'll wait. Mood, calm. Behavior, continue daily activities. Same situation, different thoughts, different moods. This is the power of thinking. What is a mood? The book defines moods as emotional states that last longer than brief feelings. Examples of moods: depression, anxiety, anger, guilt, shame. Moods can last hours, days, or even months. CBT does not try to force emotions away. Instead, it helps you understand and influence them. You can learn skills. Emotional health is not about willpower. It is about skills. Just like learning, driving, typing, playing a sport, you can learn skills to manage your mood. This book treats emotional problems as learnable and changeable. You are not broken. You are untrained. And training can change everything. The role of self-monitoring. Before you can change your mood, you must become aware of it. Many people avoid their feelings. They distract themselves. They numb themselves. CBT does the opposite. It teaches you to observe your emotions without judgment. The first tool introduced is mood tracking. Mood tracking. Mood tracking means writing down what you feel, when you feel it, how strong it is. This helps you notice patterns, identify triggers, see progress over time. Example, mood, sad. Intensity, 70%. Situation, alone at night. Thought, I'm always alone. Writing things down makes them clearer. What is vague becomes specific. What is overwhelming becomes manageable. Why writing is important. The book strongly emphasizes writing. Why? Because thoughts move very fast in your head. When you write them down, they slow down. Writing gives you distance. Distance gives you control. You are no longer trapped inside the thought. You are looking at it. Be specific. Many people say, I feel bad. I feel stressed. I feel overwhelmed. These words are too general. CBT teaches you to be specific. Instead of bad, ask. Sad, angry, anxious, guilty. Specific emotions lead to specific thoughts. Specific thoughts can be challenged. Connection between thoughts and body. Thoughts do not only affect emotions, they affect the body too. Negative thinking can cause muscle tension, headaches, fatigue, rapid heartbeat, stomach pain. This is why anxiety and depression often feel physical. Changing thoughts can calm the body. Positive thinking. This book is not about fake positivity. It does not say, just think happy thoughts. That approach often fails. CBT focuses on balanced thinking. Balanced thinking is realistic, evidence-based, compassionate. It is not overly positive. It is not overly negative. It is accurate. Feelings make sense. CBT never says emotions are wrong. Your feelings always make sense, based on your thoughts. If you believe I am unsafe, anxiety makes sense. If you believe I am worthless, depression makes sense. CBT respects emotions. It questions thoughts. Introduction to automatic thoughts. Automatic thoughts are fast, habitual, often negative. They happen without effort. You do not choose them, but you can learn to notice them. Examples: I can't do this. I'll mess it up. They don't like me. These thoughts often repeat from past experiences. Where do automatic thoughts come from? They often come from childhood experiences, past failures, trauma, criticism, rejection. Over time, the brain learns patterns. CBT does not blame the past. It focuses on the present. What matters is what you believe now. Change is a process. This book is very honest. Change does not happen overnight. You will forget skills, fall back into old patterns, feel frustrated. That is normal. CBT is about practice, not perfection. Progress comes from repetition. Role of motivation. You do not need strong motivation to start. You need small steps. Action often comes before motivation. When you practice skills, you start to feel better. Then motivation increases. Setting goals in CBT. The book encourages clear, realistic goals. Not, I want to be happy all the time, but reduce anxiety at work, improve mood in the morning, handle criticism better. Specific goals guide practice. Self-compassion in CBT. Many people are very harsh with themselves. CBT teaches curiosity instead of judgment, kindness instead of criticism. You are learning. Mistakes are part of learning. Self-attack increases depression. Self-support increases growth. If you are struggling with your mood, this book sends a powerful message. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not stuck forever. You can learn how your mind works. And when you understand your mind, you can change your life. Thoughts strongly influence feelings. Situations alone do not create moods. Our interpretation of situations does. In part 2, the book takes us deeper. Now we focus on automatic thoughts. These thoughts are the bridge between events and emotions. If you understand automatic thoughts, you gain power over your mood. What are automatic thoughts? Automatic thoughts are the thoughts that appear instantly. They are fast, habitual, often unnoticed. They happen automatically without effort. You do not plan them. You do not invite them. They just appear. Examples: I'm not good enough. This will go wrong. They are judging me. I can't handle this. These thoughts feel true, but feeling true does not mean being true. Why automatic thoughts are so powerful? Automatic thoughts have power for 3 main reasons. 1, they happen quickly. There is no pause, no time to question. 2, they sound like facts. They do not say maybe, they say this is how it is. 3, they repeat often. Repetition creates belief. Belief creates emotion. When a thought repeats many times, the brain accepts it as truth. Automatic thoughts and moods. Every strong emotion is connected to a thought. Let's look at common patterns. Depression. Common thoughts: I'm a failure. Nothing will ever change. I'm worthless. Anxiety. Common thoughts: something bad will happen. I won't be able to cope. I'm not safe. Anger. Common thoughts: this is unfair. They disrespected me. I shouldn't be treated this way. Guilt or shame. Common thoughts: I'm a bad person. I should have known better. There is something wrong with me. Different moods. Different thoughts. Same process. CBT principle. Thoughts come before feelings. Many people say, I feel this way because of what happened. CBT says, you feel this way because of what you think about what happened. This is not blaming the person. This is empowering the person. If thoughts create feelings, then changing thoughts can change feelings. Identifying automatic thoughts. The first skill in part 2 is identification. You cannot change a thought you cannot see. The book teaches you to ask 3 questions. What happened? What did I feel? What went through my mind? That third question is the key. Example: breaking down a situation. Situation: you make a small mistake at work. Emotion: anxiety and shame. Automatic thoughts: I messed everything up. They will think I'm incompetent. I'm going to get fired. These thoughts appear instantly. They feel real. They create strong emotion. Why thoughts are hard to notice. Automatic thoughts are hard to notice because they are familiar. They feel normal. They sound like your own voice. People often think that's just reality. CBT teaches that's one interpretation of reality, using emotions as clues. Strong emotions are signals. When emotion intensity is high, automatic thoughts are nearby. CBT encourages you to ask, what was I telling myself right before I felt this way? Emotions point you to thoughts. This is one of the most important CBT tools. A thought record helps you slow down thinking, separate facts from thoughts, understand emotional reactions, basic parts, situation, mood, automatic thoughts. Later parts of the book will expand this tool. Difference between thoughts and facts. A critical CBT skill is learning the difference between facts, thoughts, facts, observable, verifiable, objective. Example, the meeting started at 10 a.m. Thoughts, interpretations, opinions, judgments. Example, they think I'm useless. CBT helps you label thoughts as thoughts, not truths. Common thinking traps. The book explains that many automatic thoughts follow patterns. These patterns are called cognitive distortions. They are not signs of weakness. They are habits of the human brain. All or nothing thinking. This is black and white thinking. Examples. I'm a total failure. If I'm not perfect, I'm worthless. This always happens. Reality is usually more complex. CBT teaches, look for the gray areas. Overgeneralization. One event becomes a rule. Examples. I failed once, so I'll always fail. This relationship ended, so none will work. One moment becomes a lifetime conclusion. Mental filter. You focus only on the negative. Positive details are ignored. Example. 10 people give praise. One person gives criticism. The mind focuses only on criticism. CBT trains attention to see the full picture. Mind reading. You assume you know what others think. Examples. They think I'm boring. They are judging me. No evidence, just assumption. Catastrophizing. You imagine the worst outcome. Examples. This mistake will ruin everything. If this goes wrong, my life is over. CBT helps you ask, what is the most realistic outcome? Emotional reasoning. You believe feelings equal facts. Example, I feel useless, so I must be useless. Feelings are information, not proof. Should statements. Rigid rules about how things must be. Examples, I should always be strong. People should treat me fairly. These thoughts create guilt and anger. Labeling. You define yourself by one trait. Examples, I'm a loser. I'm stupid. CBT replaces labels with descriptions. Why the brain uses distortions. The brain wants speed and safety. Distortions are shortcuts. They are fast, but they are often inaccurate. CBT does not attack the brain. It retrains it. Automatic thoughts and core beliefs preview. Automatic thoughts often come from deeper beliefs. These are called core beliefs. Examples. I'm not good enough. I'm unlovable. The world is dangerous. Part 2 introduces the idea. Later parts explore it deeply. The role of past experiences. Many automatic thoughts are learned from childhood messages, past failures, trauma, repeated criticism. The brain learned these thoughts for survival. CBT respects that history, but it focuses on present change. CBT principle, awareness before change. You do not change thoughts by force. You change them by awareness. First step, notice the thought. Second step, write it down. Third step, examine it. Change begins with observation. Practice, daily thought awareness. The book encourages daily practice. Simple steps. Notice strong emotions. Ask what you were thinking. Write down the thought. No judgment. No correction yet. Just awareness. At first, thoughts feel invisible. With practice, they become clearer. Like learning a new language, the brain needs repetition. The book emphasizes kindness toward yourself. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. Mistakes are part of learning. Your mind is not your enemy. It learned habits to protect you. Some of those habits are no longer helpful. CBT does not silence the mind. It teaches you to listen wisely. How to challenge automatic thoughts. This is where real emotional change begins. Not by forcing positive thinking, not by ignoring feelings, but by examining thoughts carefully and fairly. CBT core skill, questioning thoughts. Most people believe their thoughts automatically. CBT teaches you to pause. You ask questions, not aggressive questions, not judgmental questions, curious questions. This turns you from a victim of thoughts into an investigator of thoughts. Why we don't question our thoughts. The brain evolved to react fast. Fast reactions helped humans survive danger. But modern problems are rarely life-threatening, yet the brain still reacts as if they are. CBT slows the process. Slow thinking creates choice. Choice creates control. The thought record, full version. Part 3 expands the thought record. This tool is the heart of CBT. It usually includes situation, mood, automatic thoughts, evidence that supports the thought, evidence that does not support the thought, balanced alternative thought, new mood. This process transforms thinking step by step. Describe the situation. The situation should be brief, objective, without interpretation. Example, I made a mistake in my report, not I embarrassed myself. The goal is accuracy. Name the mood. Be specific. Examples. Sad, 70%. Anxious, 80%. Angry, 60%. Rating intensity helps measure change later. Write the automatic thoughts. Write exactly what went through your mind. Examples. I'm incompetent. They will judge me. This proves I can't do my job. Do not soften the thought. Write it honestly. Evidence that supports the thought. This step feels natural to most people. The brain is good at finding evidence for fear. Example, I made an error. My boss noticed it. List facts only, not assumptions. Evidence that does not support the thought. This step is harder. The brain often resists it. Examples, I usually do my work well. Others also make mistakes. I was not punished before. This step creates balance. Fair thinking. CBT does not ask, is this thought positive? It asks, is this thought accurate and fair? Balanced thinking includes strengths, weaknesses, context. Create a balanced thought. This is the most important step. A balanced thought is realistic, compassionate, evidence-based. Example, I made a mistake, but that doesn't mean I'm incompetent. Everyone makes mistakes, and I can fix this. Not extreme, not fake, balanced. Notice the new mood. After the balanced thought, rate the mood again. Example, anxiety drops from 80% to 40%. CBT does not promise zero emotion. It promises reduced suffering. Why balanced thoughts work. Balanced thoughts calm the nervous system. Reduce emotional intensity. Improve problem solving. Well, they work because they align with reality. The brain relaxes when danger is accurately assessed. Common mistake, positive but unrealistic thoughts. Example, everything is perfect. I'll never fail again. These thoughts often backfire. CBT avoids extremes. Accuracy is more powerful than optimism. Working with strong emotions. Sometimes emotions are very intense. In those moments, thoughts feel very convincing. Logic feels weak. The book suggests start with mild situations first. Practice builds confidence. CBT principle, start small. You do not start with your deepest pain. You start with manageable situations. Skill grows gradually, like lifting weights. Using questions to challenge thoughts. The book offers helpful questions. Examples. What is the evidence? Am I confusing feelings with facts? What would I say to a friend? Is there another way to view this? What is the worst realistic outcome? Questions open the mind. Role of compassionate self-talk. Many automatic thoughts are harsh. CBT teaches a kinder inner voice. Not excuses, understanding. Example, I'm learning. This is difficult, not impossible. Kindness increases resilience. CBT and problem solving. Sometimes thoughts reveal real problems. CBT does not ignore problems. It separates. Emotional reaction. Practical action. Once emotion is calmer, problem solving becomes easier. Example, anxiety scenario. Situation, upcoming presentation. Automatic thought, I will mess up. Balanced thought, I may feel nervous, but I've prepared. Even if I make a mistake, I can continue. Result, anxiety reduces, confidence increases. Example, depression scenario. Situation, low energy day. Automatic thought, I'm useless. Balanced thought, I'm having a hard day. That doesn't define my worth. Result, less hopelessness. Why repetition matters. One thought record helps. Many thought records change habits. The brain learns through repetition. Old pathways weaken. New pathways strengthen. CBT principle. Thoughts can change. Thoughts are learned. What is learned can be unlearned. What is unlearned can be replaced. People often say, I know this logically, but I don't feel it. The thought still comes back. This is normal. CBT is training, not magic. Emotional shift takes time. Emotion lags behind thought. This does not mean failure. It means the brain is adjusting. Self-monitoring progress. The book encourages noticing. Reduced intensity. Faster recovery. Greater awareness. Progress is often gradual. Your thoughts are powerful, but they are not unchangeable. When you learn to challenge them, you change how you feel and how you live. These are the thoughts that appear quickly. They shape daily emotions. But the book explains something important. Automatic thoughts come from deeper places. These deeper places are called core beliefs. To create lasting emotional change, we must understand these beliefs. What are core beliefs? Core beliefs are deep, long-held ideas about yourself, other people, the world. They are broad, absolute, emotional examples. I am not good enough. I am unlovable. People cannot be trusted. The world is dangerous. Core beliefs feel like facts, but they are learned conclusions. Difference between automatic thoughts and core beliefs. Automatic thoughts are specific. Core beliefs are general. Example, core belief, I am a failure. Automatic thought, I failed this test, so I'm useless. Automatic thoughts change by situation. Core beliefs stay consistent. Where do core beliefs come from? Core beliefs often develop early in life. Sources include childhood experiences, repeated criticism, trauma or neglect, bullying, unrealistic expectations. A child tries to understand pain. The mind creates explanations. Those explanations become beliefs. Why core beliefs feel so strong. Core beliefs form when emotions are intense. Emotion strengthens memory. When beliefs form in emotional moments, they become powerful. Over time, the brain looks for evidence to support these beliefs. Contradictory evidence is ignored. This creates a self-reinforcing cycle. CBT principle, core beliefs are not truths. A key message in part 4. Core beliefs are hypotheses, not facts. They were formed to make sense of experiences, but they may no longer be accurate. CBT treats beliefs as ideas to be tested. Common negative core beliefs. The book identifies common themes. About the self, I am inadequate. I am defective. I am weak. About others, people will hurt me. People will reject me. About the world is unsafe. Life is unfair. Different people. Similar patterns. Core beliefs and moods. Different beliefs create different emotional patterns. Depression. I am worthless. Anxiety. I am not safe. Anger. People must treat me fairly. Shame. I am bad. Emotions make sense when you understand beliefs. Identifying core beliefs. The book teaches several methods. Method 1. Repeating thoughts. Ask, what does this thought say about me? Example, I made a mistake. I'm incompetent. I'm not good enough. Method 2. Emotional patterns. Notice repeated emotional themes. Same emotion, different situations. This points to a core belief. Method 3. Childhood memories. Strong memories often reflect beliefs. Messages from caregivers matter. Core belief work is slower. The book emphasizes patience. Core beliefs do not change quickly. They were built over years. CBT works gently. Small evidence adds up. CBT tool core belief worksheet. This worksheet helps identify the belief, track evidence, build alternative beliefs. Key steps include naming the belief, rating belief strength, collecting evidence for and against behavior and core beliefs. Beliefs influence behavior. Example, belief, I'm not capable. Behavior, avoid challenges, give up quickly. Avoidance prevents learning. This keeps the belief alive. CBT principle, behavioral experiments. CBT does not rely only on thinking, it uses action. You test beliefs through behavior. Example, try something small, observe the result. Reality becomes evidence. Creating alternative core beliefs. CBT does not erase beliefs, it builds new ones. Alternative beliefs are balanced, flexible, kind. Example, old belief, I am a failure. New belief, I am imperfect but capable. Strengthening new beliefs. New beliefs need repetition. Tools include thought records, journaling, behavioral experiments, self-compassion. Each experience adds weight. Working with resistance. Resistance is normal. The mind protects familiar beliefs. Even painful beliefs feel safe. CBT respects this. Change happens with safety. Role of self-compassion. Core belief work can bring sadness. CBT emphasizes kindness. You did not choose your beliefs. You learned them. And learning can change. Example, core belief change. Old belief, I am unlovable. Evidence against, friends care. People stay. New belief, I am worthy of connection. Belief strength shifts slowly. CBT principle, progress not perfection. Beliefs weaken gradually. Doubt is success. If you can question a belief, it is already changing. Core beliefs and relapse prevention. Understanding beliefs helps prevent relapse. When stress returns, you recognize patterns early. You respond with skills. Your deepest beliefs were formed to protect you. They are not your fault. With understanding and practice, you can build beliefs that support you. We learned Thoughts influence feelings. Automatic thoughts shape mood. Thoughts can be challenged. Core beliefs create long-term patterns. Now in part 5, the book focuses on application. This part answers an important question. How do you use CBT in real life every day? Knowledge alone is not enough. Change happens through practice. CBT is a skill, not a cure. The book makes one thing very clear. CBT does not fix you once and forever. CBT gives you tools. Tools must be used again and again. Just like physical fitness, emotional fitness needs maintenance. Applying CBT to depression. Depression is more than sadness. It often includes low energy, loss of interest, hopeless thoughts, self-criticism. CBT addresses depression in 2 main ways: changing thoughts, changing behavior. Depression and negative thinking. Depression thoughts often say, I am worthless. Nothing will change. There is no point trying. These thoughts feel convincing. CBT treats them as testable ideas, not truths. Behavioral activation. One of the most powerful tools for depression is behavioral activation. Depression reduces activity. Less activity increases depression. This creates a cycle. CBT breaks the cycle by encouraging action first. Action before motivation. The book explains motivation often follows action. You do not wait to feel better to act. You act to feel better. Small actions matter. Examples of behavioral activation. Examples include taking a short walk, showering, calling a friend, completing one small task. These actions send a message to the brain, I am capable. Mood slowly improves. Applying CBT to anxiety. Anxiety is driven by fear. Anxiety thoughts often say, I am not safe. I cannot cope. Something bad will happen. CBT helps you question fear predictions. Anxiety and avoidance. Avoidance feels helpful, but avoidance strengthens anxiety. When you avoid, the brain learns this was dangerous. CBT teaches gradual exposure. Gradual exposure. Exposure means facing fear slowly and safely, not all at once. Example, fear of public speaking. Steps might include thinking about speaking, practicing alone, speaking to one person, speaking to a small group. Each step builds confidence. CBT principle. Anxiety decreases with exposure. Anxiety rises, then falls. When you stay in the situation, your nervous system calms. The brain learns, I survived. Applying CBT to anger. Anger often comes from thoughts of unfairness. Common anger thoughts. This should not happen. They disrespected me. CBT helps you. Slow down. Identify thoughts. Choose responses. Anger and control. Anger often feels powerful, but it can cause regret. CBT helps you regain control. You learn to respond, not react. Applying CBT to guilt and shame. Guilt says, I did something wrong. Shame says, I am something wrong. CBT separates behavior from identity. You can correct behavior without attacking yourself. CBT for perfectionism. Perfectionism creates pressure. Thoughts include, I must not fail. Mistakes are unacceptable. CBT replaces perfectionism with flexibility. Mistakes become learning. Relapse prevention. The book emphasizes relapse prevention. Old patterns can return during stress. This does not mean failure. It means you need your tools again. Warning signs of relapse. Examples: increased negative thinking, avoidance, loss of routine. Recognizing signs early is key. Creating a personal CBT plan. The book encourages creating a plan. A plan includes common triggers, helpful tools, support systems. Preparation increases success. Maintaining progress. Maintenance requires continued practice. Self-monitoring, flexibility. CBT becomes a lifestyle. Self-help and professional help. The book supports both. Self-help is powerful. Professional help adds guidance. Using both is strength, not weakness. CBT and self-compassion. The final message of the book is kindness. Change is difficult. Progress is not linear. Self-compassion supports resilience. Integrating CBT into daily life. Daily CBT habits include checking thoughts, writing briefly, taking small actions, challenging beliefs. Small habits create big change. Long-term benefits of CBT. CBT provides emotional awareness, problem-solving skills, confidence, resilience. These skills last a lifetime. Final summary, the full book message. Let's summarize the entire book clearly. Thoughts influence emotions. Automatic thoughts shape daily mood. Thoughts can be questioned. Balanced thinking reduces suffering. Core beliefs shape life patterns. Behavior supports belief change. Action reduces depression. Exposure reduces anxiety. Self-compassion strengthens growth. CBT skills create lasting change. Final message to the viewer. Your emotions are not your enemy. They are messages. When you understand the messages, you gain choice. When you gain choice, you gain freedom. This is the heart of Mind Over Mood. Full book, summary complete.